Hello. I've been getting a lot of responses to my videos, mostly in email form. Uh, so I'd like to take this moment to address some of the comments made in these emails. Get a lot of comments from Christians saying that this is a Christian nation, a nation founded on Christian principles. Some of them even go as far as saying that our laws are based on the Ten Commandments. But I can think of only two commandments that are laws. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. Now I would challenge any Christian who believes that our laws are based on 10 commandments to find another civilization of, say, 500,000 people or more that are not Christians who do not have these two laws in their books. I contend that these two laws, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, are laws of any civilization, not just Christianity. The rest of the commandments that I didn't quote are not laws. Actually, the first four have nothing to do with ethical behavior in the least bit. Now, as far as our nation being founded on Christianity, I'm going to quote a few people who are well noted throughout history, and if you look at the Constitution, you will see their signatures at the bottom of it. First is George Washington, our first president. He says, "We have abundant reason to rejoice that in this land the light of truth and reason has triumphed over the power of bigotry and superstition. In this enlightened age, and in this land of equal liberty is our boast, that a man's religious tenets will not forfeit the protection of the laws, nor deprive him of the right of attaining and holding the highest offices that are known in the United States." He also said, "If they are good workmen, they may be of Asia, Africa, or Europe. They may be Mohammedans, Jews, or Christians of any sect, or they may be atheists." Thomas Paine, he says, "Toleration is not the opposite of intolerance, but the counterfeit of it. Both are despotisms. One assumes to itself the right of withholding liberty and conscience, the other of granting it." He also says, "Independence is my happiness, and I view things as they are, without regard to place or person. My country is the world, and my religion is to do good." James Madison says, "And I have no doubt that every new example will succeed as every past one has done in shewing that religion and government will both exist in greater purity the less they are mixed together." He also says Congress should not establish a religion and enforce the legal observation of it by any law, nor compel men to worship God in any manner contrary to their conscience. Thomas Jefferson says, "Our principles are founded on the immovable basis of equal rights and reason." He also said, "The legitimate powers of government extend to such acts only as are injurious to others, but it does me no injury for my neighbor to say that there are 20 gods or no gods. It neither picks my pocket nor breaks my leg." Ben Franklin says, "When a religion is good, I conceive it will support itself. And when it does not support itself, and God does not take care to support it so that its professors are obliged to call for help with civil power, 'tis a sign I apprehend of its being a bad one." He also said, "The way to see by faith is to shut the eye of reason." And I have found Christian dogma unintelligible. Early in life I absented myself from Christian assemblies. Now, these were all pretty smart gentlemen. They wrote our Constitution. And by their statements, we can see that this country was not based on Christian fundamentalist ideas. It is not based on any ideas that one religion is more favored than another. George Washington, our first president, says that you don't have to be a Christian to be our president. You can be an atheist, you can be a Hindu, you can be a Muslim. It doesn't matter as long as you do what is good for our nation and its people. So, as far as this topic goes, I think you Christians need to do a little research in history and find out what our founding fathers, the people who penned our Constitution, had to say about religion, and not what your preacher tells you that they think they said. Your preachers have a self-interest in telling you that our founding fathers were Christians, when in fact maybe 10% were. Most of our founding fathers would be considered deists, pantheists, atheists, agnostics, or Unitarians. Very few professed Christianity. Many of our early presidents have been approached by the clergy trying to instill laws based on Christian religion. And up until President Dum Dum, our current president, we've pretty much been able to separate our state from the church. I contend that the separation of church and state originally was to protect the freedoms of the churches to assemble how they wished and to be free of government interference. But today, I believe the separation of church and state has been flip-flopped in order to protect us, the Americans, from the establishment of the churches, from ruling our government. They are separate and they need to stay that way. I would never, as an atheist, want to ban Christianity or any religion. That's a violation of your rights. You have the right to believe in what you want to believe, as I have a right not to believe. But your belief in no way gives you the right to violate my rights or the rights of anybody who does not believe as you do.